Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Um, Now, I think this video is mostly for people in Nigeria. I think they can relate. They would understand what I'm talking about. I want to talk about the hike and the price of fuel. It went from 195 to 537 under one day. With this the installation of this new government or this new administration, what a bad way to start. Okay, and with that increase came a whole lot of a very huge change in the way the rideshare industry operates. I mean, there's a huge change, but the rideshare industry has yet to affect anyone. What this means is normally the amount you would use to fill up your tank has changed drastically. Like, I think there's about approximately 70% increase in the price of fuel. So what used to be your earning for a day can no longer be the same. As a matter of fact, I'm even saying this to actually say that even if Bolt or Uber or the rideshare industry, whatever name they call themselves, were to actually effect changes tomorrow, it is still not going to get you back to the same earning capacity or potential that you used to have before the change or the hike in the price of fuel. For instance, let's say at the moment the price of the base fare is 500. If they should increase it to 1,000 as a base fare and every other thing then adds up like that, it is still not going to make you earn the same way you were earning before now. It's going to help. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's definitely going to help. Okay, considering everything, but then it's not going to get you back to the same level. Now, let me tell you something. I know it's a very common knowledge right now, just going around that the rideshare industry doesn't care about the drivers and they don't really want to help out. They don't want to change the prices. I'm not saying this to defend them, but I don't know if you've ever run a business before. It's not so easy to just change these things or update them. The reason being that the customers who use boats as a means of transportation, they don't have their salaries are not changed. Okay? It's not like they got a pay raise in order for them to then adjust to the new realities. They didn't. Everybody is still on the same spot, but what has changed is basically, I guess, the price of everything or the ones that are yet to change is still going to change. So you need to understand, if you were the boat industry, if you were the Uber industry, you were going to take into account all the market features and everything basically before you finally decide to say, okay, you know what, this is the price that has to be. This is the price that works for both the customers and the drivers. That's exactly what's going to happen. And then I think it's going to happen as probably as early as next week. Now, before this happens, I just want to give these pointers out there, or put these pointers out there. This is the way to survive until Bolt or Uber decides to update distance. This is one of the ways to survive. Now, yesterday I had gone out for work. I'd wanted to experiment things for myself. Now, I bought fuel of 10,000. That came around 18 liters. Bah, really terrible. My God, really terrible indeed. This is what I used to buy for 4,000 before. Now I bought for 10,000 and it came around 18 liters. Now, it only got my tank to like the half level according to my gauge. I went out for work, and usually the way I work is I try to make back the fuel money first, and then every other thing that comes after is a profit. So that's exactly what I did now. I had this idea in my head wherein if I get a customer and they want to go somewhere, I'm going to ask them what's the price is, and then I'll probably try to bargain with them. Now, I have not really done this before. I personally, I don't believe in bargaining prices with your customers. Like whatever price is there, I think it's good enough, and I've been able to make profit just by those price quotations. So I generally don't ask my customers to alter the price. But this one time I said, let me try it because the price of things just changed now, so there has to be an adjustment or readjustment. So one person wanted to go from, if you're in Abuja, you'd understand where I'm talking about, from FAB City Estate in Life Camp, wanted to go to Maitama. Now, the price came around 2.6, and then I called them and I was like, can we go for like just 3,000? Can we just round it up and go for 3,000? He was like, no, why? And we had back and forth and everything, and then just at that moment I realized something. That was a very stupid thing of me to ask the other person. Do you know why? He did not get a salary raise. It's not like things is going better for him for me to now want to get more out of him. First of all, this is a normal distance that the boat app would have had a quotation of about 1.3 or 1.2 to get to. But because of the surge, it was 2,600. Now, he was paying a surge of 1.9. That's the highest. And I was still asking for more. And then it kind of felt like, no, bro, I can't do that. It's not like things are different for me. Everybody is really feeling the heat of the hike in this price of fuel. So why do I have to pay you more, right? So I'm also here to tell you that it doesn't make sense to actually ask people to pay more because they are also feeling the heat of it. Everybody's feeling the heat of it. In fact, the Nigerian government should be the one everybody's accusing, not the rideshare industry and the rest of the people. If they should hike the price tomorrow and then they lose customers, the drivers are also going to suffer. This is a reality. Okay? So they have to consider these things. They have to take their time and, make it work. All right? Now, while in this process, what I would advise you, if you're out there, if you're working, do this to at least get some form of profit. Okay? Go only take on rides that has a surge of about 1.5 and above. Rides with 1.5 and above. Most preferably, drive to those places where the map is the reddest. The places where the surge is about 1.9. Most preferably. If it's not a far distance from wherever you are, please drive to that place. Then turn on your app and get orders from there. As much as you can, try to get rides that are 1.9 and just 1.9. In fact, the highest surge pricing. If you can do 1.5, manageably okay, and above. All right. But let's say, for instance, if the distance you get into is a bit far and then you're seeing something like 1.4, that might also be okay. But please try and maintain accepting trips with the highest amount of surge. If it's not that high, don't take it. You are going to run a serious loss. The end of the day, you will count and then you realize all you just did with this 10,000 for you got is that you got back the 10,000 and then you made 2,000 on it and that was it. All right? So that's really just the tip I want to throw out there, and I hope this helps somebody. Up until they, of course, alter or change the pricing or at least update the whole thing, make sure this is how you run your business. You will get profit at the end of the day. You will definitely get profit at the end of the day. I promise you this. I've experimented it and I know. Okay? So I also did another experiment wherein I didn't take trips with, in fact, some of them didn't even have any such pricing. And my God, I basically spent 10,000 and then I made back the 10,000 plus, let's say, 2,000 in profit. That was it. And then, man, it was mad. So only take trips that has the highest number of search. The higher the better. 1.8, 1.9. Take those trips. That's the only way you can break even. Okay? So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.